Right now, there's a version of you that no one has ever seen. Not your family, not your closest friend, maybe not even you. And by the end of this, you'll understand exactly why and what it's quietly costing you. Meet Alex, an ordinary person having an ordinary day. But underneath, Alex is wearing something almost nobody talks about, a mask. Not physical, psychological. And so is everyone else you've ever met, including the ones who seem to have it all figured out. Here's the strange part. We don't even remember putting it on. It happens so early, so quietly. Most of us think it's just who we are. So where did it come from? It starts in childhood. Show excitement, someone claps. Show anger, someone frowns. Show sadness, someone says, "Don't cry." Slowly, without ever deciding to, we learn which parts of us are safe to show and which parts need to disappear. Those disappeared parts don't actually vanish though. They go somewhere. And where they go might surprise you. Psychologists call it the shadow self. Not evil, not dangerous, just the parts of us we've learned to disown. Our jealousy, our neediness, our fear. We don't get rid of these feelings. We just push them backstage, out of sight, and hope no one notices the door. Alex knows this feeling well, sitting in a meeting, nodding along, saying, "Sounds good," while inside, doubt is screaming. The mask holds. It always holds. That's the whole point of it. But here's what nobody warns you about. The mask isn't free. It has a price, and it gets charged whether you notice or not. Studies on emotional suppression show that constantly hiding how we feel takes a measurable toll. Raised stress, disrupted sleep, and a strange kind of loneliness that shows up even when we're surrounded by people. Because being seen and being known are not the same as being present in a room. There's a name for the exhaustion that builds from performing all day. Some call it mask fatigue. It's why, after a long day of being on, so many people come home and just collapse. Not from the day itself, from the performance of it. So if the mask is this exhausting, why do we keep wearing it? The answer is almost too simple to believe. Because the alternative feels riskier. Taking off the mask means risking judgment, rejection, being truly seen. And for many of us, being truly seen once led to being hurt. So the mask became protection, a reasonable response to an old, unreasonable fear. And here's the paradox that changes everything. The mask that protects us from rejection is the exact same thing blocking us from real connection. Because people can't connect with a performance. They can only connect with what's real. So what does it look like to set the mask down, even for a second? Not oversharing, not abandoning boundaries, just smaller, braver moments. Saying, "Actually, I'm struggling," instead of, "I'm fine," and discovering, often to our surprise, that the people worth keeping don't leave. The mask everyone wears was never a lie. It was how we survived a world that doesn't always make room for the whole truth of us. But it's worth asking, who am I underneath it? And is there someone I could let see that person? Even just a little?